Aren't these trees beautiful? Well, here's a juxtaposition for you. There's a lot of contrast in Panama, and I think this is a perfect example of that. I don't think anything tragic happened in that fire, but I am not exactly sure. I'm in downtown Panama City, at the Zen Best Western Hotel. I'm gonna show you the room. I stayed here once 5 years ago when I first was figuring out my immigration and how to get all that stuff figured out, and stayed here. I had no idea I was in such a cool neighborhood at that time. I'm in the El Cangrejo neighborhood. So tonight, Renee and I are gonna go out, have some dinner, and then there's a rooftop bar called Luna that we're gonna check out. Here's another example of that contrast. Beautiful, peaceful, empty in the morning. It was 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. And then that was quite different from the scene when we had actually checked in the day before. I really think this is a great hotel choice if you're looking for something in the El Cangrejo neighborhood. It's well appointed, it's clean. They have a breakfast included in some of the rates. The beds were comfortable, and it is nice to have that pool to soak in after a day of walking. After a really yummy dinner at Sugoi, we walked through the park where there was a band playing, actually several bands, and some artists set up. This part of the city has a little bit of a Greenwich Village vibe. It was really cool to walk through and just see families together, young people, couples, tourists. Really nice community feel. Panama City is really enjoyable to walk around in the evening because the temperature is just perfect. You don't need a sweater or jacket, and there's usually a little bit of a breeze, and it's just such a relief from the heat of the day. From El Valle, it takes me about 2.5 hours to drive into the city, depending of course on where you're going in the city and the time of day, and if there's traffic, or if there's road protests, or if there's construction, and usually there's always one of any of those things happening. Before heading over to Luna, we went to Pedro Mandinga Rum Bar, and these bartenders are true artisans and really craft the cocktails. My friend ordered one of the specialty rum drinks, and they had shaved ice. You can just tell that they put a lot of care into the cocktails that they're making. And I had a club soda with chocolate bitters. Absolutely delicious. It's funny, even though I usually am in bed by 8:30, being in Panama City, there's something energizing about that city, and you just want to take advantage of things being open all night long. And clearly, I'm not the only one who might enjoy staying up late. It's quiet in the city in the mornings, and it's really nice to just see people out walking their dogs, stores starting to open up. There was a basketball game in the park down the street, and it's just got a nice kind of quiet vibe in the morning. Also, it's cooler then, so you'll see a lot of people walking around, especially on the Cinta Costera, over by the water that kind of connects Patia with the Casco Viejo area. We went into this bustling diner. Might be an odd choice, but we had a Cuban sandwich for breakfast, and then we headed over to the Panama Canal. I'm always amazed every time I visit the canal. It's just such an incredible feature to have here in Panama, and so much history. There weren't any ships going through at the time that we were there. You can find a schedule online. Some of the exhibits, actually most of them, were closed at the time we were there, and we missed the IMAX movie, but we just wanted to see the canal and take a peek through the building and look at the gift shop and just check out the viewing platform. So it was an enjoyable couple of hours. I'm so excited. I found dill, fresh dill, and it was possible that they even had a dill plant, but they were out of the plants. I got it at the Reba Smith in Costa Verde, so I'm super excited. So I got some cabbage. I'm gonna finally get to make my stuffed cabbage recipe. I'm heading back home from spending just like not even 24 hours with Renee in the city. It was really fun. And now I'm gonna see if my cat has forgiven me for leaving her alone for an overnight. We'll see, fingers crossed. Well, unfortunately, she asked me to move out, so I just had to pack all my belongings in the van and leave. I am kidding. Feather didn't even notice I was gone. This meal was from Volcancitos up in El Valle, and then we went to the Artisan market, and Renee was looking through all of the molas, and she found a beautiful wood serving tray to take home with her. I took a class once on making a mola, and we just did like a few stitches and put very few pieces of material together. So I'm always amazed when I see stacks and stacks of the molas. After the market, we decided to go to Pozos Termales for the mineral springs. If you look on Google, you will see completely mixed reviews. Some people giving a 1 star, some people giving a 5. And I was hesitant about going because I hadn't heard great things about the place. But while the water is not hot, it is full of minerals. And I could definitely feel that having an effect on my body, my skin. I slept incredibly well the night that we, used the thermal pools. I found the place to be really lovely, and I'm going to be going back. From what I understand, they have massage and the tuning fork therapy there, and that you don't necessarily need an appointment. I'm definitely going to try that out at another time. There's a list of the mineral content, and the grounds are just lovely. There's huge mature trees. You can see the forest canopy, lots of birds around, and just a very relaxing place. And the mud for your face is fantastic. Our skin just felt so smooth after using the mud mask. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.